Hi, this is Warren Coast at the Greenfield Music Center. Sales rep for the Stonebridge and Fir Guitar Company, which is a new guitar line being carried at the Greenfield Music Center. Please come by and check them out. What we're going to do is talk about kind of like the introduction to triads for guitar players. The coolest part about playing guitar is being able to play multi-tones or what they call polytone type, ideas. So a lot of times it gets a little bit confusing for a guitar player because there's a lot of information. There's lots of chords and lots of chord forms, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk basically about triads. Where you want to start is being able to understand how to make a major chord into a minor chord, or a major triad into a minor triad. And a triad is nothing more than just the chord, but stripped down just to its 3 notes instead of having notes being repeated like in a big chord. So this would be G, the same chord G, but just in its triad form. The reason why it's a little sometimes confusing for guitar players is there's 11 of these total on the guitar. So even some of the greatest guitar players ever played, like Chad Atkins, said that he basically found a handful of these that he loved, and then he mastered those. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take an easy chord like D major. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through basically how to harmonize it in the chordal scale. And this will explain a lot of things with how the chordal scale is harmonized and the fretboard's harmonized just out of one triad. So we have D major, and everybody knows the regular D minor chord, probably at this point too. Like the major one's happy sounding and the minor one's very sad and dark sounding, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to show you basically how to move this to the chordal scale. So the way it works is that you have basically 3 chords that are major. So this shape pattern, as you walk through your 1 chord, your 4 chord, and your 5 chord. All the other ones are going to be minor, so this makes it pretty easy to remember. So I'm going to call D here 1. In the chordal scale, I'm going to move it up a whole step because the way the major scale works is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. We're going to do that, but we're going to make sure that we are playing inside our key. So if I was to switch this chord from being just D major and switch it up to E major, and I'm trying to stay in D major, the chord itself, it's not going to work because I'm going to have a 1 note here, a G sharp note that does not exist inside my D chordal scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 1 note, just 1 note, takes this chord from being wrong to being right. So what we do is we now have a D minor form right here. So now we have 1, 2 minor, 3 is minor, and we know it's a whole step up. Then it's going to be a half step up, that's the nice little half step, and it's going to be major, because it's a 4 chord. Then we have a whole step again, major for the 5 chord, so 1, 4, and 5 are always major. Number 6 is going to be minor, so which is just like D minor. Number 7 is technically going to be diminished, but don't worry about that right now, just keep it minor. And then a half step up higher and major, and that completes your chordal scale. What you get here is you get basically 2 different modes, or 3 different modes, depending on how you want to play it, being played at the same time. All from just D major or minor triad.